As a company, VaLUENTiS is taking basic people management and turning it into human capital management. How would you define human capital management?
Well, firstly, just to acknowledge, people management has really evolved over quite a considerable time now, particularly in the Western world, though we've noticed that Asian companies particularly have been catching up over the last decade or so. People management has really been very qualitative and in some respects people call it fuzzy or soft. What we have been doing with a number of perhaps other companies is looking a little bit more scientific in approach, using various methodologies from evaluation science and from various areas of statistics, and making it a little bit more robust. So we talk quite obviously about quantitative and qualitative in the same sentence. And really, human capital management is just really putting a framework around people management, so understanding with definitions which apply. The scientific measurement side just provide a comprehensive whole.
What are the benefits of using this more scientific approach?
Well, firstly, one of the things that's come out over the last few years is the term evidence-based management, which is actually starting to look at much more quantifiable and indeed researched answers to various complexities of people management. There is a danger that too often people management has been seen too simply, and the idea of the science behind it is to give it a little bit more robust. A lot of work with our clients, we're in management meetings where data is provided. People find it much harder to argue against with regards to data, particularly if people have hidden agendas or really want to sometimes put it, should we say, on the back burner. So the idea is that senior management can utilise this data, and really what we're talking about here is more effective decision making with regards to also effective spend.
It's interesting, this concept of an effective spend in this area, because you say it's possible to spend too much and get too little return.
Yes, the danger being that without the data, the science behind it, people don't really know, or C-class executives particularly, are in the dark. The danger is that a lot of money can be spent on various initiatives without ever really realising what the return actually is. So organisations can be just as much in danger of overspending in this area as indeed, often as we see, also underspending. And I'm talking here about the infrastructure and systems behind people management as much as the practice of.
Often this is the responsibility of the HR manager, but you'd say that the CEO and CFO need to know this stuff too.
Yes, traditionally, of course, the HR director, it's been their domain on people management, but quite honestly, organisations are made of people. You can't run an organisation without people, so people are valuable. The point really is, as a CEO or a CFO, one should have sufficient knowledge to be able to understand what it is we're doing with our people. After all, it's what connects with performance of the organisation.
How do you respond to the kind of pushback you might get from some executives who say, look, we've dealt with HR this way for many years, it works for us, we don't need your kind of human capital management?
That's a fair response. And the point is that if you want your HR function to be a basic administrative personnel function, that may be fine. But there's plenty more you can do with people management. And the danger is that sometimes, even with that function, it can be compensating for a lack of management competency in the line, as opposed to something which is optimising the workforce per se. And there are pieces of research now that suggest and do show linkage between good, engaged employees and the fact that performance is better from an organisation standpoint.
How does your approach work in a downturn and in the difficult years that might follow a downturn?
Well, actually, in a downturn, what it really does put the emphasis on is effectiveness of spend. You still have people in your organisation, they still have roles to play out, the organisation still needs to perform, if not even more so. Therefore, the handling of people, the talent management side of things, and also what is being spent upon in terms of people management is extremely important. Those that are getting it wrong, it's maybe just a matter of survival here we're talking about, never mind competitive advantage.
So where does VaLUENTiS go from here and the study of human capital management?
Well, we've got lots of research going on, and we also obviously have practice with clients. We have a school on the side, a business school, International School of Human Capital Management. By its name is therefore using quite a lot of our expertise over the last decade. And also at the same time, it's looking to produce more and more for clients overseas. As I said, there's been quite a bit of interest from Asia and internationally, which is good for us.
Nicholas Higgins, thank you.
Thank you.